Hi there, it's Sony. Uh, Started doing some videos again and wanted to talk about listening. I know it's hard to talk about listening. For those of you who don't know me, um, I'm a counselor and I do transpersonal counseling, and I'm a hypnotherapist, and I love to talk. I do that a lot. So I want to talk about listening because, boy, we're not doing enough of it. And this coming month of July is going to be a rough month. And this is all about relationships. You talk to all the astrologers and the psychics, and they're all going to tell you with all the retrogrades and all the things that are going on. This is about relationships. And everything's a relationship, whether it's a relationship to yourself or the guy next door or your lover or your kids or your dog, it's a relationship. And relationships are about communication. And we're not doing that good of a job right now because we're not all listening. Someone listening, someone. And it's easy to dismiss other people's feelings. That's about listening. Um, I don't know, when it was back in the 50s something, we started this Me Too generation. Ethics, it was situational ethics and hedonism and 60s started back then. And we were making up for a lot of things. Well, guess what? It isn't working. It just isn't working. You know, because I don't have to agree with you. We need to understand that. We don't have to agree with each other. There is no one answer to anything. And every situation is very difficult and complicated. And if anybody thinks they're going to find easy solutions to stuff, they're kidding themselves. Okay? Life is complicated. And it's like an onion, and it has layers, and you peel one back and you cry a little, and you find there's another layer there that has to be peeled back. Okay? But eventually you can peel them all back. But until we listen to each other and see where each other is coming from, and acknowledging that other person's pain, whether I agree with that pain or not, or how they got that way, or whatever, it doesn't make any difference. But we have to listen to that, because if we don't know where the hell they're coming from, how are we going to find a solution? Huh? You got a story, I got a story. Everybody has a story. And some of those stories are absolutely horrendous. And the more horrendous those stories are, the less they're going to tell them to you. Okay? Everybody's a victim at some time in their life. But we're only victims as long as we want to stay victims. And then that's about personal responsibility. But I can't just say, oh, well, you know, this isn't important. Not important. Because they're not going to, they're going to walk away from you. And you're not going to find any solutions to your problems. And this is a little narcissistic behavior. And I'm not saying because we do it that we're narcissists, so that's an overused word. But dismissing other people's feelings and where they come from and their history is not the way to start a conversation that is going to find a solution so that we can all get along. And if one thing this horrible epidemic has taught us is, oh, we're in this together, babe. I mean, there's just me. Because everything we do affects everybody else's lives. And if this has not been brought to your attention, I guarantee you it's going to be one way or the other. So we need to maybe stop for a minute and just listen and hear what the other person is saying. That doesn't mean I have to agree that it's right or wrong. There isn't right or wrong in that sense. It just is. Then we can start talking and communicating with each other. And then we can figure out where the boundaries are and get each other's needs met. You can't have a relationship with anybody or anything, including yourself, if people's needs don't get met. I mean, you just can't. Everybody has to have some of their needs met. And we just can't say, oh, well, this isn't true, this and that. From my perspective, maybe it's not. But from theirs it is. And that's what people, and I generally don't like this statement, what's your personal truth? Well, what is truth? The producer's here. Y'all met Fred? Fred? That's Fred, he's a producer. Yeah. Fred knows what I'm talking about. So I want you to think about that. The decisions that you make and how they're going to affect other people. Are you hearing them? Now, I've had the virus, okay? I got antibodies. And I and I've proven, because I work in the COVID unit and all that stuff, that I'm not going to get sick again. Okay? I've been doing this for 6 months. And I'm not sick once, that's it. But I wear a mask because I know that it scares some people when I don't. I'm not, no. I do it for them. I do it for them. Maybe you want to think about that too. Maybe you want to think about what you do this week, over the holidays, over this month. It's hot and it's humid outside, and people want to get out and they want to do things. Maybe you want to think about that.